I was praising the other day, right? And in the middle of praising, I was just being delivered of a whole bunch of stuff. And the Lord was just removing things from out of me, from out of my character, and just placing a lot more of himself within me, right? And in that situation, I remember I was praising and the Lord said to me, what do you think is holding you back? And I was like, why does it feel so heavy to try to reach the purpose that you created me to reach? How do I get to the next level? Because we all want wisdom, and the Lord said that he'll give it to us abundantly, and he's not gonna rebuke us for wanting to know things that we don't know, right? So I was like, how do I get to where you want me to get to? How do I reach the full purpose that you created me for, right? And he said to me, why are you carrying that? And the words came out of my mouth, like the Spirit spoke out of me to myself. It was like, why are you carrying that? It clicked in my mind. I was telling this to my wife, right? And this is what I got from the Lord, that life is so much more simpler than we make it, especially being a Christian. Like if you look at Christ, he was an open vessel. He was just about his Father's business. He said that all he did was do what he saw his Father doing. So he was just open to what God wanted him to do. The Bible says that we need to cast our cares upon him because he cares for us. It tells us not to worry about tomorrow, what you're going to wear, what you're going to eat, right? Christ says that his burden is light, that his yoke is easy. So we shouldn't be living with a weight of how to figure things out. So when something comes up in your life, like a random bill or just something kind of like disrupts your reality a little bit, the first thing we try to do is we need to fix it, right? So some of us might pray and we might be like, Lord, fix the situation for me. Or we might go into warfare prayer and all of that, right? But how many times do you find yourself praying but still going back to the mindset of, I'm going to take this on myself? And that goes into being double-minded and kind of having two ways of thinking about something, right? But I think in so many instances, when we're talking about being like focused on the Lord, focused on what we're going to do moving forward and how to trust him in doing that, it has to come to a place where you give him everything that's been weighing you down in the past. You give him complete trust and complete rulership over your life. Like you give it all over to him. Your finances, your future, your job, your destiny, everything. Because the thing that so often holds us back is we don't really believe that he has victory over this portion of our life. And that's what the Lord was showing me. Why are you carrying that? What are you carrying within your own life that's making your life feel more difficult? Even though the Lord has promised you that he takes care of those things. And sometimes, and life can feel like he's not going to. Like it can actually genuinely feel when you look around and you look at your own life, it might feel like, how am I going to get through this? How is praying going to solve my problem? Especially when it's like immediate issues like bills and food and your house, your rent and that type of thing. It can feel so immediate that it's like we think God is going to be slow about the answer, right? And he's going to probably answer our prayer in like 6 months, but you need to deal with it by tomorrow. But again, that goes back to being double-minded. When you're speaking to the Lord and you're asking him, do you believe that he's even going to answer your prayer? If your belief is that the Lord answers prayers 6 months later, then that's where you stand in your faith. And it's by your faith that it shall be done unto you. This is what the Lord was showing me. It's so much to do with what we believe about ourselves, about the world, about what we deserve, about him. There's a lot of fault in the foundation of how we think about God. So I think to wrap this message up, focus on him. Give it all over to him. And I said this in one of my newest videos on Instagram, on the Great Commission Company Instagram. I said we need to lose our egos. We just need to put it all in God's hands and live life just like Christ did. And things will be provided for us when we start tapping into the way the kingdom works, rather than kind of having a mixture of living how the world lives and understanding those strategies, and then trying to incorporate some of the kingdom stuff into our lives. We just need to be fully kingdom. So yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Subscribe and like, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Stay blessed.